hear me? Okay. So let's restart again. Good morning again. Welcome to this second session. My name is Andrea Morena. I'm a senior solution architect at Red Hat. And I'm very pleased today to show you what you can achieve using Red Hat OpenShift platform as a service in order to improve the continuous delivery mechanism and the continuous pipeline for continuous optimization. So first of all, obviously you have two challenges. So the first one is the time. So 15 minutes is really tough, you know, in order to cover most of the time of the things that I would like to say about this topic. The second one is the demo effect. So I'm going to show you a demo completely based on my laptop where I have installed the platform as a service. So the first point is that you can install the OpenShift platform as a service on-premise on your data center as well as in the cloud. As you can see from the slide, the idea is exactly to show you what has been mentioned by Filippo at the beginning of the session. So it's a continuous delivery scenario where the developers start committing a new application version, and then automatically the application go all the way down through the different pipeline stages. In some cases, something will be automatically done by the solution. You can do everything automatically if you like, till to the production. But in this case, I'm going to show you what is really close to the reality. So in reality, very few companies today are ready to, accept a complete, automatic, let's say, mechanism in this way. So I'm going to stop here and then ask for an approval here for a tester team, from a testing team, and then we are going to, say to the release team that there is a new build ready for the production environment. So even though in the demo I'm going to use different tools in order to, to automate the build stuff, the continuous delivery, etc., I want to just point out what are the main benefits of a platform as a service, especially from OpenShift. So you got everything about a self-contained application, where I mean the platform and the application itself. Everything is integrated. You got self-provisioning. You can scale up and scale down in different ways. You can do that automatically based on the, the number of concurrent connection, or you can do that based on the CPU consumption, or you can even do that manually. So you can submit the scale up as well as the automatic scale down. So the platform is really meant to, to optimize the resource utilization. Definitely far, more than the virtualization stuff. It's everything around reduce the risk. So one of the major risks when you do that is when you move your application from one environment to the others, because sometimes the application is okay, but the environment is not exactly the same as you tested before. So in this case, you actually leverage the platform as a service to make sure that you are deploying in an exact copy of the, not just the application, but also the configuration stuff, the platform stuff, the libraries, the frameworks, everything is automatically done by the platform as a service stuff. So we do support many open source. Obviously, we are open source by definition. We are the leading open source enterprise, in the market, as you well know. So we do offer all of this technology out of the box, not just in terms of technical, doesn't mean that you can just install it. We also support the entire platform, from the operating system all the way, through the layers until the PaaS layer. And you can run OpenShift on top of bare metal, on top of any virtual, machines, different technologies, not just Red Hat KVM or Rev. You can do even, deploy this stuff on premise, as I mentioned before, or in public cloud. We also have an offer called OpenShift Online. So in our, let's say, data center, in reality it's in the Amazon one, but we manage all this kind of stuff. Today we are more than 2 million application deployed and in production. So just to give you an idea, so we have been working on this stuff over the last 3 years. So we believe that we have a quite interesting, let's say, technology today. And we do also have a strong partner, Uru Software, which today offer an OpenShift node based on .NET stack. So you can have a mix of, let's say, application. So we obviously support the, all the stuff I mentioned in the previous slide, but we do have this agreement with these guys, and they can provide an OpenShift node completely based on Microsoft .NET stack, okay? In order to, to deploy and use this PaaS mechanism on, .NET application. So let's start with the demo, because the time is going on. So this is the demo I built for you. I'm going to use, as I mentioned before, obviously OpenShift for all the pipeline stages. So I'm going to start with the commit stage, or you can call it the dev environment, the acceptance stage on the QA environment, the user acceptance test environment, as well as the production. All of these environments are built on OpenShift, okay? Whereas the continuous integration and delivery stuff will be managed by Jenkins, which is, by the way, automatically provided with OpenShift. So whenever you create a new application on OpenShift, you can decide if you need the continuous integration stuff. You can select Jenkins is automatically configured for you, Jenkins server as well as a Jenkins client for you. I'm going to use Git as a repository, as well as Maven for the build artifact. Obviously, in reality, I would use Nexus here, a centralized GitHub or whatever here, but obviously I'm going to run everything locally on my machine, so I have to deal with such kind of, let's say, constraint. So just quickly, the flow of the demo. So the developer are going to commit a new change, on the application, and then immediately this will trigger a new build and the creation of a new environment in the PaaS. So you can create and destroy the environment, for example, every build you do. This is one of the advantages of the PaaS technology. And then automatically it's going to do some unit tests, and then it's going to automatically create a QA environment in order to do some integration test. And then if everything is okay, the tester team will receive an email saying, look, we have a new build ready, for the user acceptance test environment. And then if this guy is going to approve and is going to build the promotion of the new version of the application from the quality assurance to the UAT, and then if everything will be okay, again, the production guy will receive an email saying, look, there is a new build ready for production for you. And then the production can actually trigger this kind of, let's say, new building in production, okay? As I said before, I could even do that, everything automatically. So let's start with the demo. So as I mentioned before, I got, in this case, we got an IDE, which is JBoss Developer Studio, which is actually Eclipse. So it's based on Eclipse. We got the OpenShift Enterprise actually running on a virtual machine on my laptop, this one, okay? And then, as I mentioned before, I got Jenkins for the continuous delivery and continuous integration pipeline management. So let me just probably resize a little bit the screen, maybe too big for you, I don't know. So at the moment, we have only one environment created in the OpenShift platform as a service, which is the production environment, okay? So in reality, I would do that having separated environments. So one for test, one for dev, one for quality assurance, and one for prod. In this case, obviously, I try to be on my laptop. So I created different domains, which is similar to having a different environment. So I have one domain for dev, one for QA, one for UAT, and one for prod. So I have just this application, which is the one kindly provided by Filippo. Okay, so at the moment, this application, which is very complex and advanced application, doesn't have an home page, okay, just have a REST endpoint, this one, which incredibly say hello, okay, it's nice, okay. So now somebody called the developer and said, look, I remember that I asked you to also create a home page for this application. Why you didn't do that? So the developer go to the source code and then start looking around the code and see that, for example, the welcome servlet was there, but actually he made a clamorous mistake. So he called it Java A, so Java AA. So is this one. So actually the developer start debugging, very complex debugging here. Just change the name and then okay, nice. Okay, and then just commit and say, oh, new hello page for you. Okay, comment and push, just synchronize with the Git repo again locally on my machine. Okay, now let's go back to the continuous delivery platform. Let's enable the auto refresh here. Yeah, as you can see, a new build has been triggered by this commit. Okay, so you can do that in many different ways. So you can do that using a local Git hooks, so you can use the server Git hooks. You can do in any different way. You can even check what's going on here on the console. You can see exactly what's going on about this kind of build. And then you can also check here on the PaaS layer that automatically a new complete environment has been provisioned by the PaaS with the Tomcat stack. In this case, just the Tomcat stack and everything needed for these apps. But you can even add, a MongoDB database, a MySQL, Postgres. You can even add Jenkins or, all stuff automatically. Let's go back here. Okay, automatically the acceptance stage has been triggered by the commit stage. Okay, the unit test has been passed successfully here, and then here is doing actually. Let me just disable the auto refresh, otherwise it would be a challenge. So he's now creating a new environment, the acceptance one. Let me check here again. Automatically, I got my application also on the QA environment. And we can even check that the application now is different. So let me first check here on the dev environment. As you can see now, I get a nice home page, So I can do that. And now the same new version of the apps should be available all the way through all the different layers. So let me check what's going on. So it's still working. Okay, nice is finished. But let me show you another things. If the network is working, yes, it's working. So as you can see here, I can send email or I can do many different stuff. So a new build available, successful. I can even get the log automatically here in the email. I can check the log from here. I can get access to the console directly from here. I can, see you have a new build ready for, to be deployed in UAT from acceptance. So the guy now, what's happened here? So the Jenkins disappear. So let me now log out from developers and then log in with the tester. Okay, now the tester have this button enabled. Okay. So for other users, this button is simply disabled, but for him, or for the guy in this team, is enabled. So he can trigger by this console and can, you know, start the next stage, which means actually create also the UAT environment on the PaaS layer. Okay, has been already created now. Okay, and the application is there. Okay. Okay, finish. So as you can see, no button here to promote to production. So just you know, log in with the release account, which in the meantime I receive a new email here, say, well, there is a new build ready for, you know, for deployment in production. So let me go back here and then just publish the new version of the app in the production, you know, environment as well. Okay, just finish, please. Okay, finished. So let me just show you that now we have in production a new nice version of this very complex app. This one. Okay. Okay, that's it. Okay, done. So now, I think the time is over. So just conclude the demo. So I'm very glad it worked. So it typically works, but you know, the demo effect is unpredictable. Also because sometimes I had a problem with the internet connection. So sometimes it's slow. Sometimes, especially for the email stuff. So the deploy, it's very quick, but obviously he has to send the email through the Google stuff, etc. Anyway, just to conclude and leave the floor to the others, we are going to, if you are interested in OpenShift, obviously we don't have time today, I'm going to run a very detailed tech lab on December the 16th in Milan, in our office, about DevOps and PaaS. You can register here. And if you want to try by yourself, you can get access to the OpenShift Online, which is the public version of OpenShift. You have a free account for you available. You can start playing with this tool and enjoy it. And thank you for your attention. Thank you.